All right, here we are. Thank you for coming, everyone. We are here for one more Sitecore User Group Brazil, and people are still coming. Thanks, Jose. As usual, just help me welcome everyone who's joining. Chat, you guys can type at any time and send your questions if they arise. I see some familiar faces around. Thanks for coming, everyone. Not just our guys in ARC, but I see Kamruz Jaman, Jamikan, welcome. I see Mike, Skura, thanks for coming, you all. Amit, Sally, and everyone. You're always, this is a user group Brazil, but we're international, so thanks. And as usual, starting this edition that is here for us to have the pleasure to speak to Roberto Barbedo. Roberto has a very interesting story with the User Group Brazil, and we got through that after the updates. So what's going on in the Sitecore community since our last edition 1 month ago? Yeah, that's not new, but I would like to demonstrate that we have new swags from Sitecore, and we are actually already distributing them. You know, our personalized swags, including the one that Roberto has with him. Can you show on the screen, in the camera? Thanks, Roberto. Yeah, that's, guys, we're not just telling, we're delivering. Some of you are too far away in the geography, so you get there eventually, your swags. All right. So let's speak about this. I think that was an interesting one. A study that has been recently released by Sitecore, promoted by Forrester, which is a consulting company, and they are calling that Total Economic Impact. It's a study that shows XM Cloud can deliver almost 371% return of investment over 3 years. That was an interesting study, especially when you take one of the biggest, I think, criticism that people have with the platform, which is the high price, but the price also pays over the return of investment, ROI. Also, other important things they demonstrated in that study that people can do 60% faster page creations with the tools of Sitecore, 50% improve the integration productivity, and better agility for non-technical users. So all that has been captured in that study. it goes a little beyond what we are expecting when speaking about Sitecore, and that's a new world. All right. Not sure if you guys had a chance to respond to this yet, but if not, I will recommend that take a 10 minutes to answer this. It's a traditional Sitecore developer survey that Sitecore does yearly, but they actually are doing that. They have suspended that for a couple years, and now it's back. So if you have do this for our community, please scan this QR code and tell your opinion about the development tool set. It takes like 10 minutes most. And feel free to share this link, with your network because your opinion is very important. Right. All right. Next one in here, we don't have an extensive one, but yeah, recently Sitecore has released some announcements about the next symposium, some updates. First, I think a more celebrated one was the announcement of the keynote speaker, Jess Cole, from the Savannah Bananas. Also, another specialist more in the AI strategy side of it, Paul Rotzer, was announced. And they will be speaking a lot about app marketplace. And I think that's something to consider in that sense because it's, in my opinion, a strong sign that Sitecore wants to evolve from the monolithic upgrade cycles into an extensible app-driven model where you can build your app without depending on to be too much coupled to the platform. Um, yeah, people are still coming. Thanks, guys. They also will be showcasing success stories. Those are things they have announced. Renewed focus on AI as well. That's not new. But I think the agentic rhetoric shows that Sitecore wants to tie AI in more deeply in the UX of the platform, not just as an add-on, but as part of the platform itself. And it's starting to appear. Yeah, that's not a lot, but at the same time a lot. But now let's speak about our speaker. That's the chance for us to speak about you, Roberto. Um, First of all, welcome again. Welcome back to the user group. For those who don't know, Roberto Barbedo was the first MVP in Brazil, the first Sitecore MVP in Brazil, 2015, I guess, right, Roberto?
Yeah, that's correct. And before anything, thank you for inviting me today.
You're welcome, my friend. Yes. So next year, Sitecore Group Brazil will complete 10 years. It was founded in 2016, and now 2026 it will be our 10th birthday anniversary. And you were there, Roberto, in the very first editions. Sitecore User Group Brazil started in a company that we worked together. José, myself, you, and you were presenting the first ones. My question: what did change in these 10 years? In the group and in Sitecore.
Inside for a lot, right? Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, I was there 10 years ago. At the time, I think I was working for Sitecore. And I remember that we talked about Helix. And one thing that changed that interesting for me, always Helix, was a necessary complexity added to Sitecore. And today's topic, maybe it's about removing unnecessary complexity from development in Sitecore. So I think that it's a big change.
Wow. Yeah, great answer, my friend. And so I know that you have been working with the international marketing technology for a long time. And how long have you been working with that? And how is it to work in that market, to be inserted in the international market, but working in Brazil? Because I know you have been out as well, and compare that with Brazil.
Honestly, I don't think it's different. I think we were pioneers on remote working, right? It was 12 years ago. But other than the time zone, here in Brazil is very convenient because we are in between Europe and the
US.
States. Yeah, so it's very convenient for us here because of time zone. Other than that, it's as usual. I don't see a big difference.
Now, okay, you mentioned correctly in Sitecore, a lot changed in the group as well. But as a first MVP in Brazil, 2015, tell us how did it happen? How did you ended up becoming an MVP? And how was it like to work with Sitecore those days back in 2015?
If I remember back there, we had to be referenced to become MVP, right? And we were working at the time for Nonlinear, which had many MVPs. So I started regular MVP route with blogging, sharing knowledge, and it happened. And what was the other question? Oh, how different is Sitecore today?
Yeah.
It's different. I've been working with XM Cloud mostly, and I can say it's way better. It's way easier. Not having to worry with infrastructure is awesome. Having minimum C# code running is also awesome.
Do you miss waiting for the app pool to recycle?
Yeah, experience editor to load after a small change in a library. It was painful.
Right. Yeah. All right. Last question, my friend, because we're all excited to see you speaking. You also live abroad. I know that you lived in London, maybe in other places as well. Tell me what was the experience, how was the experience, and what made you come back to Brazil?
Yeah, I lived in London. I worked in Sitecore in London at the time. It was great living in London and nothing to complain. Maybe my role at Sitecore wasn't exactly what I needed. I always need to be a more hands-on person. So that's why I came back on consulting.
Mhm.
And as a consultant working remotely, it doesn't matter where I am, right? So that got me back here in Brazil. But I'm still open to be anywhere in this life. I hope I have the chance to be other places.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Thank you so much, Roberto. We are incredibly excited to have you here and honored to have you back. Please go ahead and screen share and we can proceed with your presentation. Thanks.